I think it's really incredible how far you've come as an individual. I've only known you for about 3 years now. We've dated for maybe 2.5, and we've been married for a couple of months. But I'm curious. I want to know how your music journey began.
I think this is one story that I love to share a lot. So my music journey began when I was very young. I was in the choir. I started out as a lot of people don't know this though, but I started out as a drummer.
Mm.
Right? Yeah, I played the drums. I scored songs. So yeah, I'm not that drummer that's skit. No, I actually scored drums, like drum lines, and played in church. Yeah, in my foster church rather. So started out like that. I was in the choir, and I never saw myself singing, but I knew that I was going to do this music as a drummer,
Oh, wow.
right? Maybe not full time, but I just knew I had passion for music, right? So I started out as a drummer. My mom bought me my first drumsticks when she caught it. When she saw it, immediately there was one time that she caught it. And she was like, "Yeah, this boy is doing music." So she bought me my first drumstick. So I continued like that, and one random day, we had different MDs in church at that time, like different at different intervals, right? So and that time they were all shuffling because they were going to school back and all that. So we that had not gotten admission there, then we were the ones around, right? So there was one particular time, so they all left. There was nobody to direct.
Those are the music directors.
Yeah, so the whole music director left, right? So the person that was around that was supposed to direct was engrossed in work that he couldn't meet up, right? So for some reason, I just threw myself in. Like I threw myself in and I was like, let me just do it. So I started listening to songs. I would find the harmonies and listen to what I would direct the choir, and the same time I would score my drum line.
Oh, same.
Yeah, so I would multitask, right? So as I'm playing the drums, I'm directing the choir. As I'm playing the drums, on my drums, I'm saying, altos, let's go, tenors, let's go, sing.
For some reason, I don't doubt that.
So imagine a time where you don't have talkbacks to communicate with people, but you are shouting from the drums.
Yeah.
Amidst your whole loud playing, no drum shield and all that, you're just there, right? So that's how it started for me, and I think I did it for a while. Then for some reason, it switched. I started finding interest in, so side gist, in Ajigunle then we would always go for gigs, right? Whether you're invited or not, you just want to go and express. You know that your friends are going to be there, so you are just going there. If you have the opportunity, you can play like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, right? You can just meet somebody there and say, come and play, and you play and all that. So I had this particular friend, Priye Odede. He would always like, Gerald, come and sing, because he had heard me sing one time in his house. I used to hang out with him a lot. He had heard me sing. He was like, Gerald, come and sing, come and sing.
That's V Prayer, did it?
Priye Odede. Yeah. I think I got his name. Not that Priye Odede. Another one.
Okay.
Yeah. So he would like, Gerald, come and sing. So we would go for gigs. I would go as a drummer to go and play. They were like, no, don't give Gerald the drums. Come and take the mic and sing. So he started like pushing me into it and all that. Gerald, sing, sing. So I would take the mic, I would sing and all that. And then I was shuffling, I was doing that. I was directing the choir in church and all those things. So I realized that I was standing out in my vocals in church.
More than the music, yeah, more than being a musician.
Yeah, more than being a musician. So I was like, okay, so what do I do? I remember back then my sister was using a Boat 4, a BlackBerry Boat 4. I don't know. My sister was using a BlackBerry Boat 4. So I picked up my sister's phone. She would subscribe, and then boom, I'm making research on vocals. How do I sing? How do I sound like this? How do I how does the voice work? How do I do this? How I watch videos, do this, make research. Basically, I can't find that book. I can't find that book. I had like a book where I wrote theories on vocals. Like I had like that book. I wrote like personal research. I did research. And trust me, I can still see a lot of those notes in my head. Like a lot of things that I wrote down, I can still see them. So then I realized that was when I realized that, okay, I think I have this thing and I like this music and I want to do it.
So if I hear correctly, the singing part of your music met you along the way.
Yeah.
It was not your original
It
plan.
wasn't the original plan.
And I think that's very, very incredible how God kind of directs us. And we might be doing something, and it just goes to further emphasize the fact that a parked car can be redirected. So if you're on the move, you would find direction as you were going. So the question another thing I really want to know is, has your journey always been faith-based or work-based? Because I hear that you started in the choir, but then a lot of people that started in the choir were in the choir because of the music and not necessarily because of the faith. There are a lot of people that are serving in different capacities in churches that are not saved, but they are there because they enjoy the activity and they want to improve. So what was that dynamic like for you?
So I knew I started from the church. Like I said, I started from the church, right? I don't think there was yes. I had times where I didn't think about it. But I had times where people would I had voices around me, like Gerald, come and do secular. If you do secular, this your voice by now you don't blow. And all those things. As young as I was, you get what I'm saying? So I had those voices around me, but that I thought about it personally to do secular. The first secular song I wrote, I lost it.
You lost it?
Yeah, I lost the file.
Oh wow.
Yes, because it was vulgar and it was
really?
It was I'm not kidding. Like I did it with a friend.
I can't even imagine. I can't picture it.
I can't even remember the song again.
Oh wow.
Right? Like it was vulgar, it was intense that whenever we play the song, so then we didn't have the luxury to go to the studio, but my friend had a laptop. He was a geek guy. So he was a geek, but he was into the music, right?
Same.
So he had a laptop. So
you guys found your way around it?
We found a way around it to record. So we did that recording. So we would listen to the song and then we would feel there's that sexual urge whenever we listen to that song.
Because that's where the inspiration of the song was coming from.
So that was the only time I attempted, let me just see how it's.
And you said never again.
You get what I'm saying? But personally, I never thought about doing secular. I mean, like you rightly said, I was just moving.
Yeah.
I didn't know where I was going to, but I could see a picture that was not clear.
Same.
But I saw it, but I just kept moving. Like, okay, I think that picture that I'm seeing is not clear, but let me just move. You get what I'm saying? So I just kept moving until where I am right now.
Okay, so in the spirit of remembering our your early endeavors, what was the first song you ever wrote?
The first song I ever wrote. Oh. You know the funny thing? I actually did not remember this, but now that you asked me, Holy Spirit just brought it to my remembrance. It was a feature I did with someone from my foster church. So this Afro thing, this Afro music thing. Don't like so something like your life today is by his grace, your life today is by his grace, your life today is by his grace. So you see this life where we live, so not be by power, not be by mighty, yeah, but by his grace, so and his mercy, yeah. He go deliver, he go still deliver. You see that it has that sound.
Yeah, the gospel territory.
Yeah. So that was like the first song that I wrote. I think the guy wrote this part that I sang. I can't remember my verse. Right? I think he wrote that, but I think
all things are passed away.
But the first song that I wrote
that you can really remember,
still on. I mean, the song is still on digital platforms. Yeah. Abba Father, you know they
Oh,
tire.
that's
Hear my prayer.
nice, nice.
Talk my mother. So for some reason, I found myself on this grace journey, like singing about the gospel. Are there times where I missed it? Yes, but I mean, revelation is constant. Understanding is progressive.
No, absolutely.
There are times where I missed it, but I think that was like my first, and that was still a feature. I featured some myself and someone we collaborated. So no, that was not the first song. Oh. Hey, Jesus Christ! The first song was Joy is here, oh, it is an higher connection. No more sorrow, no more pain, oh, it is an higher connection. Stop to worry, start to dance, oh, it is an higher. Cause Baba God is changing now.
Is this on streaming platforms?
I think it's only on YouTube. Oh, yeah, touch your neighbor. Oh.
That's how your voice was very thin and light before. So what's the biggest challenge you've had as a gospel minister, gospel artist?
There's one challenge that every gospel artist has.
Starts with the letter M.
The start is that batteries.
Malachi.
Money is the biggest challenge, because you are in a, should I say, sector, or you're in a sphere where as much as it is, as much as it can be God's will, you're in a sphere where people don't invest until you are making headway.
Yeah.
Right? People will not, and I think it works for both secular and gospel.
Yes.
Right? People will not come and throw money into what they've not, like, you need to have, like,
I think it's a music business phenomenon.
It's there, right?
Yeah. And it's quite unfortunate because you still have to go to the studio, you still need to pay for rehearsals, you still need to look nice, you still need to do a lot of things.
Even to the person that wants to invest, you need to look your part.
Yes, you need to look the part, and it's really unfortunate that you would have, I guess, c'est la vie, that's life. I guess that's just the life that you have chosen.
I don't know, I might be wrong, but I think for other sectors too, you find
it's the same thing. Nobody wants to jumpstart for you.
Yeah, nobody wants to jumpstart.
Yeah, so you need to.
So money is basically one.
Okay, apart from money.
So starting out, aside from money, human resource.
Okay.
But then there comes the part of building relationships. Because you cannot complain of human resource where you don't have relationships. Right? So if you have relationships, trust me, God has put people around you that. So even for a long time, I had human resources, right? But I didn't know I had human resources. So I had to pray. I think it was one time that Papa was teaching in church, and he said something along those lines that you have people around you, you need to pray for your eyes to be open to see them. So I remember dwelling on that prayer for a long time. And then my eyes opened. And then when I saw people around me, funny enough, the people were not far. The people that were close to me. But do you know the funny thing about this thing? You are looking at, if I could just get this person for that side, I will just blow. Yeah. You get, but look around you, like look at that person that is always encouraging you and ask them, look at what they can do. Yeah. It is always applicable to your ministry. It is whatever person you have around you can always help you with your ministry. Yeah. Right? So I prayed that prayer for a long time, and my eyes were opened. I started seeing all my guys. Oh, so you can produce. So you don't have to be all that fabulous. I know what I want. I can communicate it to you. You can replicate it. Yeah. Good. Let's work. Let's keep it going. Yeah. And then I started making calls. Let's do this. Let's do that. At some point, a lot of people don't take me serious. But then, like we said earlier, some people will not come until you start making headway. Yeah. Right. So that's like what Reverend Clarkson told you that you told me. What do you have in your hands? Yeah. Start with that. Absolutely. What do you have? Yeah, because it's not even God's nature to put what you need far from you. So it's always within reach. It's always within reach. But then we need, like you rightly said, if we are not looking in the right direction, what we need can be literally under our noses, and we won't
have access to it, and it's just a situation of people perish for lack of knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
not for lack of money, but
lack of resource.
or lack of resources, but it's just knowledge. If you're looking for a big producer to work with, but you have somebody that is around you that can do the good work, but because you think that your success is tied to a name, and again, it is the environment that the business has created, that if you can talk the talk, if you have the following, you have the money, you're a big boy. So other people will now think that the way to become a big boy in whatever it is that they're doing is to associate with these people. So it's really a thin line, very interesting,
very interesting. I mean,
line of work.
Pastor OC's dad said, remember the day we went to his house?
Yeah.
Right. I said a lot of people don't look like what they carry. They look successful,
but they are not successful.
They are not successful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that word stuck with me for a long time, and I'm like, I can't look it. You know how we are all focused on looking the part,
optics,
dress well, smell nice, but then present yourself now.
There's no content.
There's no content.
There's no content.
Okay, well, so I focused a lot on building content.
Yes.
So that
one of the words that you've repeated a lot is research, and I think I really, really admire the fact that you have a very solid work ethic. Because I mean, I say to everybody that cares to listen that if you didn't marry me, I would have worked for you. I would have worked with you because because you have a really incredible work ethic. What you don't know, you research about it. You don't beat up yourself about what you don't know, what you don't have. Your response naturally to things that are seemingly out of your reach is to research so much about them. So even when you're talking about music, you like to talk about the theory of music, and I know that you went to like a music school and all of that. So I think that is really, really incredible. But I know that for every great and grand mission and every great and grand assignment that we have been given, there are many times that we will doubt ourselves. So I just want you to talk about just, one time that you really did not, you're just wondering like, what exactly am I doing here? Why am I not a banker? Why am I not a white collar? Why am I here? What am I doing? Am I sure that this is what God has asked me to do? Am I moving on my emotions? Did you ever come to a place where you were doubting yourself and doubting the call of God on your life?
Yeah, a lot of times. I had that doubt last week.
Wow.
This same doubt I had it last week.
Why is it that we creatives, we always, more often than not, we come to ourselves, like we come to those places where we are doubting, not because we don't trust God, but that there are some wahala that you see, just like, why?
Why am I here? I can just do a 9 to 5 and be
all right. Yeah.
I can just be doing something else and be making this money. But however, how did you say, how did I overcome it?
Yeah. How did you? What made you feel like that, and then how were you able to overcome it?
The truth is, I don't know how to put this in words, and Holy Spirit help me put this. Just help me articulate my thoughts, right? So you don't see what you. So a bricklayer does not see the beauty of a house until they get to that lintel level, right? So you might, even when they get to that lintel level,
the full beauty of the house.
It takes an architect, somebody who designed.
Come on now, you're preaching now.
Somebody who designed the house. He's the only one that has the picture
in his front, even when it is at foundation level.
Yes, so he has seen it. He knows that, don't worry, this house is fine. But you that he sent to build it, he has given you, he gave you
the blueprint.
That go with this thing. Don't worry, I have seen the picture. I know the outcome.
I know where you are going. So
I am just watching a replay. You are just in the moment.
Son beat you 2 times. You ask us questions.
Would send me to this. You get what I'm saying? So the bricklayer does not see the finished work. My God, I just preached.
Preach a storm. You just preached a storm.
The bricklayer does not see the finished work, but the person who owns the house.
Yes.
Seeing the finished work. And I know what I'm expecting. This is it. And that is why they have a supervisor, which is the Holy Spirit.
Come on.
So as the bricklayer is building, the Holy Spirit comes. The supervisor comes and say, no, you missed a brick here.
Yeah.
There's a brick that's supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, by the way, I'm an architect, so that this is the best way I can use to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
So yeah, fun fact. So the supervisor comes and is like, no, there's supposed to be an arc here. There's supposed to be a window here. You missed it. Take down this brick, put the window here, put the arc here, do something here, do something here. You get what I'm saying? That is why we have the Holy Spirit for direction and to draw us back and say, no,
To keep
you
us
missed
with
it
the
here.
plan.
Keep us with the plan.
Come
You
on.
get what I'm saying? But the owner of the house has seen it that this is what I want.
Yeah,
And
this is where
what
it
this
is
is
going.
the outcome. This is where
Yeah.
it is going to.
Yeah.
Right? But sometimes we get in the bid of building, we get tired. The
You want
sun
to
is beating you.
compromise.
You want to compromise. You just want to sit down and relax. As you are building, you are seeing your mate. Your mate is driving a Range Rover past you. Somebody you feel like, okay, you started before this person is driving a Range Rover past you, 2024 model, and you're like, why am I here? Let me just go and meet this person. Tell me what you did.
Man, let me do it with
Let me
you.
do it with you now in 2 weeks. Let me have this thing and get my life going. Right? So I can have this thing and then I can come back. That's the thing. A lot of people want to have the success.
Yes, and then come back and face their assignment.
But then you cannot expect an architect to come and build.
Absolutely.
An architect cannot come and build. The least an architect can do is to supervise. But that he should now roll up his sleeve and come into and start mixing mortar and all. No, he won't do that. That's why they have people.
Yeah.
Right? So, like I said, a lot of people want to have success. Then come in and I've heard a lot of things like, just go and make this money. When you make this money,
You can come back and do music.
But the dicey thing about music, and I've seen it happen growing up, even before I came into the music space, right? Before I had this musical knowledge, I've seen it happen like back to back. The moment you leave the music to go focus on something, to go and make money, is good.
Yeah.
But you see that music,
don't worry.
Don't worry.
By the time you come back, it won't be the same
struggle.
way. Yeah.
You will struggle. And that has been one thing that's the funny thing, that fear of leaving, coming back
and struggling
again has been one thing that has kept me in this journey. Like, if I can't come out now, can't come back now.
Because it won't be the same.
Over again.
Yeah.
I've worked with people that I hear their story and like I'm hearing people tell me that this person don't do music since so.
Yes.
And I'm like, where in this?
So what happened?
I mean, I understand the part of you are doing the music, you've been consistent, you're there, but people have not heard about you. We know that part. But that you were doing the music, you stopped, you went to look for money, and then you came back. Bros, you will struggle. You are just like somebody that just started again.
It's true.
Because you have to, no matter how much of an update you have, okay, this is the raining, this is the recent sound that is happening and all that. No, trust me, you will struggle again. I've seen it happen time and time again.
A funny story would be when I started drawing as a child, I started to fail in certain subjects because I was putting all my attention on just art. And so I would, as early as 10, 12, I could draw a human being, drew portraiture without even tracing, without any of the, the steps that we were later taught in uni and all of that. But my parents thought that I was being too distracted by the arts. And so they seized all my material. So for a long time, I didn't paint. And by the time I was giving back my stuff, I couldn't even draw a cup.
Yeah.
So because anything that requires creativity must be serviced daily. So you can't step away from it. So if you want to do something like music, you must really love it.
Yeah.
You can't go into music to make money. You'll be frustrated. Yes. Money will meet you along the way as you are moving, but you must first have the love for the craft. And I think that, I know firsthand that you have love for the craft. You take everything really, really serious. And that's one of the many reasons that I really, really respect you, because...
Respect and love.
Respect and love.
So let me answer the question of how I overcame
that. Okay.
Not how I overcame, how
I am overcoming.
Because next week, I figure...
Will you overcome it?
I will overcome it.
Yeah.
You overcome by the blood of the Lamb, right?
Yeah.
So, word of his testimony. So how did I overcome? It's basically, and I thank God for my father, Dr. Flourish Peters.
Yeah.
Staying with the undiluted gospel of God's grace, because he would always say, there's nothing that the gospel cannot fix.
Mm-hmm.
The gospel is one size fits
all.
It can fix every and anything. right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times when I feel that way, I question myself a lot. What am I doing? Sometimes this is not a place of envy or jealousy, right? I look at a lot of people, I'm like, I can do this. But what's happening to me? Why am I here? But then I go back to the word and I listen, and then I'm strengthened, I'm edified. And I keep it going. Do you know the funny thing? That minute that you are being edified, 2 seconds later, another one will hit you.
Absolutely.
It can make you question that thing again.
Absolutely. That's why the Bible says faith comes by hearing,
And
not
hearing,
heard.
not like
Because
constant hearing of the word.
Yeah, because the word that you heard yesterday that edified you,
You need it
you
every day.
can't depend on that word for tomorrow and next tomorrow. Because something can happen and you'll find out that you haven't really ingested
That word.
And
need to hear it
you need to hear it again and again. Because as human beings, particularly in 2025, our attention span is very short and we are easily distracted. But I'm so glad that you are rooted in God's word and you're rooted in the gospel and you're passionate about the gospel. Because at the end of the day, the gospel is the power of God, and salvation is satisfactory, even in ministry, even in music. So how would you describe your sound? What kind of music, if you were asked and they say what is your music like, what is your sound, what would be your response?
So I've been of the opinion that I cannot put a cap to my sound.
Share the same opinion.
I cannot cover it
with a genre.
With a genre and say this is what I do. Give me Afro, I will do it. Give me CCM, I'll do it. Give me contemporary, I'll do it. Give me blues, R&B, I'll do it. Give me Afro, jazz, I'll do it. Give me jazz. That was what I studied in school. I will do it. Right? So give me any genre. Give me the genre that you feel like I've not heard before.
Like opera.
Like opera. I think the only genre that I know that
It's classical.
I might not sing
It's classical.
is opera. No, I can do classical. Yeah, I can do classical. Just the thing is, I just need to sit down with the concept. Because for every genre, there's a concept. So once you understand the concept, trust me, you can
flourish in the genre.
Yeah. So I just need to sit with the concept. So my sound, I'm a versatile artist.
Makes perfect sense.
I'm a versatile artist. I'm there. I'm there.
I think with creativity and with music, I think the only constant thing should be the message.
Yeah.
Because what now happens when somebody that has
sound is
been
the gospel.
So what now happens when somebody that has been termed a worship singer has a praise song like Maxams now? It's coming out with a praise song. Do you understand? So what would you do? And worship and praise is not even in the temple, but that's a different conversation. But what we call worship, people that do those types of tempos and people that do the up tempo, are you now trying to say that because
Praise machine, it make us song.
But you're not saying that those people cannot function. So I think that genres can sometimes be very cruel. The way people view genres can, because it's like little boxes that they confine you to. For instance, as an artist, I identify as a multidisciplinary artist. That means I don't have just one discipline. I can paint, I can decide to sculpt tomorrow, I can decide to do pottery, I can decide to, do pencil, I can decide to do mixed media. But essentially, I am an artist. So as a musician, you are essentially a musician. You can have your background, and this is my opinion, but I believe that as a creative, anybody shouldn't be kept in one genre, because I believe that more genres can even emerge by, putting different ideas and piecing things together, and you have no idea what you are capable of if you don't move out. So in conclusion, what would you say is your message, and what if 1,000 years from now, what would you like to be remembered as and for?
So 1,000 and 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000 years to come, depending on when Christ comes, I want to be remembered as the Gerald Bishung that stuck with singing his death, burial, resurrection at all times, right? At all times. That is what I want to be remembered for. Whether I have the popularity or not. I want to be remembered as that guy. He stuck with the gospel. Right? Just as we have a lot of preachers who we can say
This one sticking with the gospel.
The gospel, his death, burial, resurrection. Every time I put out a song, it has to talk about his death, burial, resurrection, right? It has to edify people. People listen to it and then they hear the finished work in it. I'm not trying to sing you into anything. I'm singing what has already been done.
Come on now.
So you have to come into it.
Yeah.
Right? You believe it, you are inside of it. So that is what I want to be remembered for.
You don't want to be remembered as Awoli's husband?
Yeah, I want to be remembered as Awoli's husband too.
Just kidding. But I think that is really, really powerful, and I honestly can't wait to see how your life and ministry unfolds.
With you?
Yes, with me. But I'm really excited to see how everything unfolds. I've watched you grow and evolve as an individual and as a musician, and it only gets better from here. And those moments that you find yourself questioning, what am I doing? Why am I here? And nobody just wakes up in the morning and starts to question themselves. There are actions or reactions that happen after something has happened. But what I would like to say is that we must always remember as children of God that we are clay in the potter's hand. And as an artist, I can tell you that the clay will not speak up and say, don't mold me like that, don't mold me like this. But goodness is God's nature, and it is impossible for you to fail. And we are all here to just celebrate with you. And I can't wait to watch this video after 10 years and just remember and celebrate how things, unfolded. So, and I love you.